Pour yourself a cold one and join us for an hour filled to the brim with fun,
Bite your tushy.
entertainment,
Donkey, don't give me that side.
information,
That is heavenly.
and a little weirdness.
Yeah, if you show up to the St. Patty's Day parade just with no green,
We're pinching you.
yeah, we're
Right
coming
there.
we're coming at you.
With your permission, because we don't want to be sued.
It's Happy Hour with DJ Kyle.
Hello and welcome to Happy Hour. I'm your host, DJ Kyle. For the next little bit, sit back and relax. We have a great show lined up for you. We sit down with Amy Thompson with Safe Bars. We go and visit our first LOZ dive bar here at Lake of the Ozarks. It's the Glory Hole. And of course, we have a furry friends. All of that and more right here on Happy Hour.
Happy Hour with DJ Kyle is here because of these amazing sponsors. Our Veterinary, with locations in Lynn Creek and Laurie. Surdike Yamaha, your home for year-round fun. And American Elm Company, offering exceptional decor and interior design.
Hi, I'm Greg Surdike from Surdike Yamaha on Osage Beach. For over 50 years, Surdike Yamaha has produced an after the sales service, during the sales service. You ride on our reputation, and we need a lot of good employees to come help make that dream happen. So what we're looking for sales, we're looking for parts, we're looking for service. We're in Osage Beach. You can contact us at surdikeyamaha.com, get on our website, do an application. Again, we're at Surdike Yamaha. We've been doing it for 50 years, and we're gonna keep on going. We want some good employees like you to come be part of the team.
Welcome back to Happy Hour. I'm DJ Kyle, your host for the day, and we've been talking about, we have this three-part series. We're talking about Safe Bars and Sexual Assault Prevention Partnership that's coming to Lake of the Ozarks and here at Lake of the Ozarks that we're building on and making bigger and better. And we have Amy Thompson here. And Amy, you are the outreach coordinator for Safe Bars, is that right?
I'm the outreach coordinator for Citizens Against Domestic Violence, or CADV.
Okay, gotcha.
But I'm part of Safe Bars.
Okay, gotcha. And tell me, what's your involvement with Safe Bars, and how did you come about hearing about this and getting involved, and what's your passion on this?
Wow. I've got a passion of prevention and awareness, and I believe you spoke with Kara Gerdeman the first segment, and she explained to you how we came together. We got the grant money, came together, sat at the table, and really honed in on Safe Bars.
Yeah.
And so my involvement is I'm one of the trainers. I believe we have 10 trainers. There's one from the health department, a couple from Kids Harbor, CADV, and then the most important ones, in my opinion, are the servers or the staff at bars and restaurants.
Yeah. Now, when you first heard about this, what were your initial thoughts? Were you just like, this is such a great...
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, let's go. Let's
so
do
you were
this.
just on board and...
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Great.
It has been a labor of love, for sure, but it's needed in our community. And I'm all for it. I'm excited.
That's wonderful. So we're talking about training that's really like on the inside.
Yeah.
And so you're doing a lot of training here at bars and restaurants? We
are. So our training is free. First of all, we don't charge anything. It's about a 2.5 hour training at bars and restaurants. And it's really to teach them bystander intervention. If you see something that's happening, how can you intervene, and just different strategies. Or maybe you're seeing something, you're not sure what's going on, and being able to recognize, exactly
some
what's
of those
going on.
signs that maybe they wouldn't have been able to see without this training.
Yes.
So your job would be to go in and just to make them aware of some of these scenarios and situations and things like that. So how are some other ways that, like, why is it bars? Why are we taking it to
Well,
the bars and
it's called
restaurants?
Safe Bars because obviously most bars serve alcohol. But alcohol does not cause sexual assault. And that is a huge thing for us. We want to make sure that our community knows that. Alcohol does not cause sexual assault. The person causes sexual
Yeah.
assault. But alcohol does play a part in it. And, they may give their date too much to drink on purpose and take advantage of her or him. It happens to males and females. So we just teach strategies. One of the big ones is if you see something going on, you may tell the aggressor, like, hey, listen, your credit card didn't run. Can you come up to the bar? And we can work this out. And then another staff member comes in and is like, hey, are you okay? To the victim. So there's just a lot of really cool role-playing things we do with these bars and restaurants.
Yeah. And now you have bartenders now that are helping doing the training with these things because they've seen these different scenarios and they've been in those different scenarios, so they could say, when you walk up to a table and you've ever seen this or this, and then the other servers are,
Oh no, it's completely relatable, and we've all learned so much from the servers, and it's not all about the patrons, but it's also about keeping the staff safe.
Yeah.
From patrons sometimes, and the bars and the restaurants that sign up, they're saying, hey, we care about you. We care about your safety. We want you to have all the tools that you need.
Yeah, and what bar owner wouldn't want to get involved in this? Because I don't know any bar or restaurant owner that's like, oh, I sure would love for someone to get sexually assaulted at my place. So why not have your staff be aware of this? How are ways that bars can get involved? If someone's sitting there going, this sounds like a great thing, how can I bring this to my establishment?
Well, they can contact CADV or Kids Harbor. We can definitely answer any questions. And then our email address is sapp@cadv-voc.org.
Okay.
Or we have a Facebook. I believe it's SAP Lake of the Ozarks.
Okay.
So, and any bars and restaurants that, do participate in our training, SAP really lifts them up in the community because we're like, yeah, guys, you are doing an awesome thing.
Yeah, exactly. You're just making a safe place, a safe environment for all of your customers that show up at Lake of the Ozarks.
Because there's so many bars and restaurants that are family, we're family bars and restaurants, and when you have that decal, that says I've been trained by Safe Bars, it's like, oh wow, I feel amazing coming here.
Such a great thing. But not only restaurants and bars, anyone can get involved. How would someone go about, I'm really interested in the training. I would love to see how this works. How do they go about getting involved in that?
Yeah, that's a great question, Kyle. So we are going to open it up to not only the bars and restaurants, but to the community. And so that's why it's important to check our Facebook, email list, whatever. A mom, dad, and 2 kids may be at Wendy's in Osage Beach, and they're, watching a sexual assault or, domestic violence, something happen. It's like, what do they do? And so we can teach them ways, go to management or do this. So that's really what we're going to do too, is the community trainings. It's like during the off season.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about this whole project.
And I picture before the season starts up, maybe 4 or 5 restaurants in one area, because all the restaurants, we're friends in different zones or whatever.
For sure, yeah.
So they maybe come together and say, let's get all of our staff together, do one big training, and everyone is trained up for the year.
Yes.
And I'm just so excited to see something like this being implemented here
I'm
at
super
the lake.
excited, and we come to you, or we'll have it in a central location. Whatever works best for the establishment. I don't know, and it depends on their insurance broker. Sometimes there is maybe a little cut in insurance if you take this training. It's a nationally recognized training, so it's like a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, there's no reason not to get involved. Amy, thank you so much for coming on the show,
Kyle.
and thank you for teaching us a little bit more about Safe Bars. Like I said, this is a 3-part series, and so who better to speak with than some bar owners? So we're gonna have some more of this going on about Safe Bars. So make sure you tune in and check out the 3rd series of this 3-part series. And I'm very excited again to see something like this here at Lake of the Ozarks. And in the meantime, make sure you stick around. We have some more happy hour coming up right after this.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
The term dive bar has been around since 1871. While the name originally came from patrons diving into illegal drinking establishments hidden away in the lower levels of a building, it now has a different meaning. It's those hole-in-the-wall places, where stepping across the threshold is an experience of its own, where it feels a little like home and you expect Norm to walk through the door. On LOZ Dive Bars, DJ Kyle takes you all over the lake area to dive into underground speakeasies, hear those stories you have to see to believe, and uncover the rich history of both well-known and not-so-well-known watering holes. Grab a stool and enjoy the next installment of LOZ Dive Bars.
How long has the Glory Hole been around? Tell me a little bit about the history of this place.
Well, it opened in 1963. It's exchanged hands several times. It looks exactly like it did in 1963. But I think it's under the longest ownership that it's had so far, which is 35 years. Next year will be 36 years.
Yeah, just celebrated your 35th year under the owners. And, you know, I do love that because you walk into this place and it really is a time capsule. Like you come in here and just the decor that's up. Some of this I've never seen in my entire life. Can you tell me some of the history of some of the decor, you know, the bar or the chandeliers or the wallpaper?
So the chandelier is definitely a focal point. It doesn't get turned on that much because it is very bright. We do have it on right now because it's Christmas. But the back bar and the entryway came from a bar in Tipton, Missouri. And then the wallpaper is said to have been imported from England. So
wow.
It's
And
like velvet.
It's a velvet wallpaper. Like people come in and they look at the wallpaper and then they have to just start touching it, right?
Yes.
I have to tell my story. The first time that I walked into this bar, driven by it 100 times, and my friend Joey and I finished DJing at a place up the road, coming by a little earlier in the night, and he said, "Let's swing by the Glory Hole." And I was like, "Never been in there. I don't know. Let's go in." We walked in, and when you walk in the door, the bell rings, and everyone turned their heads. Obviously, we've never been in here before. And like you said, there was a lot of the regulars that were there, and they all turned and looked at us. And we just froze and stared at them like maybe we're in the wrong spot. And they go, "Have you ever been in here?" "Nope." "Come on in." And one guy goes, "I'm buying the first round." And it was someone's birthday, and they had crock pots here with food, and they were like, "Come on, load yourself up with some food." And it was such a great time that I just felt just welcomed to the bar. And so, you know, it was just such a neat thing. So it's a cool dive bar to be a part of.
Right, it is.
Okay, so tell me the concept behind the Glory Hole, the name the Glory Hole, and the concept behind the building of the bar.
So when this bar was built, it was actually the only standing building in this strip.
Oh, okay.
And this bar was built to be based upon the bar in Central City, Colorado, which was built above the Glory Hole mine, which means like an open pit mine. And so they built the bar there so the miners could come after mining all day and have a cold beer, just hang out, kind of like let off steam. So that bar looks a lot like this bar. So they brought the idea here and they just made it look almost exactly the same.
So Heather, there's some very interesting stories and things that have happened here at the Glory Hole that we have history of, records of. So what's some of the unique things that have happened at the Glory Hole that maybe people don't know about?
Well, a gentleman got his ear bit off.
That's a unique thing right there. A gentleman got his ear bit off. Okay, so like how did this go down? What's the story behind this?
There was an altercation with a gentleman in here and another gentleman bit his ear off. And we have such talented customers, we had a customer write a song about it.
No way, we actually have the song right here. It's called An Eerie Tale by Jane Hayden. There's a story about a guy we know who went out one night to the glory hole. He went there for a shot and a beer, but all he got was a bitten ear. And of course the song goes on. What are some of the things that you would see in the glory hole on an average night?
You usually do see the same people every day. It is like a neighborhood bar, and so it's definitely like a family atmosphere. I think the people that come in here, they might not always like each other, but like when push comes to shove, like they're gonna have each other's back.
Yeah.
You're definitely gonna see Vegas bombs. We have entertainment on the weekends, you know, we do karaoke, we do more stuff in the summer, but you know, it's different every day. Sometimes you just don't know what you're gonna get when you come in here.
That's right, that's right. And I say that a lot of times, you know, I do a lot of DJing here, and so, you know, I'll say that it's sometimes in a night there's just some crazy stuff that happens. You just never know what you're gonna get when you come to the glory hole. And it's always a fun time. It's always a great atmosphere. There's just some great loving and caring people, and just people that enjoy having a good time, you know. Now tell me some of the other things as far as like decor. I do know that some of your decor has changed, because in the years past you've had dollar bills stapled all over the walls and the ceilings and stuff. So I know that has changed. Tell me a little bit about where did all the dollar bills go to? If people were in here in the last, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and they saw this place just covered in dollar bills, where did they all go?
So the dollar bills were taken down, and the friendly staff at Oak Star had so much fun trying to get the serial numbers and all of the things. I believe we have a letter somewhere, but I think the total was between $1,100 and $1,200 that were donated to the Lake of the Ozarks Idiots Club.
Oh, that is great. What a great thing to do. So you donate the money to the Idiots Club, which is a project around here at the lake that's doing some amazing things for the community. And you're involved even beyond just donating that one-time donation to them, right?
Correct. So every year, the weekend of September 11th, we have our annual block party, and half of the money that is made at the silent auction or the raffle or off of food or whatever goes to the Idiots Club, and then the other half goes to disabled vets. And then we usually try to have a local vet or a regular vet or someone like do a speech at the end of the night. We try to have the money calculated by the end of the night so we can let everybody know like how much we raised.
Now you guys also have all of the glory hole merchandise that people can purchase and wear and take pictures anywhere in the world. There's a picture on the wall from someone that's caught a fish in Australia with the old glory hole hat on.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the merchandise. And I know at least one time a year you set up outside with a lot of your glory hole merchandise, right?
Several times a year we set up out there, but on like the big weekends we set our merchandise out just to help clear out the bar a little bit.
Thank you, ladies, Heather, Shyla, for sitting down with us today and showing us and teaching us a little bit more about the glory hole. How can people find their way to the glory hole?
We're at the corner of 7 and 5. Our hours during the winter from October to May is 12 to 1:30. We have happy hour every day from 4 to 6. During the summer, we open at 10 o'clock to 1:30 from May 1st to October 1st.
And Shyla, how can they find you on the socials?
So we are still working on getting an Instagram going, but our Facebook is at Glory Hole Bar, and you can find all of our entertainment and things that we have going on there.
Yeah, well, thank you, ladies, so much for sitting down and again for teaching us a little bit more about the glory hole. And thank you guys for joining us on our first dive bar edition here. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you come out and check out the glory hole in person. It's for sure something that you got to see. Yeah.
You gonna try it?
Yes. You can't say f*** on TV. Oh, okay. Can you say that? All right. Okay. I'll try to skin. Oh my God. I'm not very good at this. I one time blew a second grade play, and so I've never been right since.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it. Welcome to another edition of Furry Friends presented by our veterinary. I'm Megan Albers. This is Mary Meow Me Tilly. We're out here at Ozarks Cat and Canine with one of the sweetest dogs in the world. Oh my goodness. Tell me about Clyde.
So, can you believe this dog was adopted and brought back?
That's shocking to me.
Yeah,
He's amazing.
It is to us too.
Yeah.
So, Clyde came into us originally in March with a sister, so it was Bonnie and Clyde. We listed them as Akita and German Shepherd mixes.
Okay.
As always, that's just our best guess based on their combined appearances and everything. As of now, he's just a hair over a year old, and he did get adopted out in May, and he got brought back last month in November.
Okay.
A variety of reasons. We were told that this dog was destructive, tearing up everything in his house, that the dog didn't like him. He liked all of his family whenever he would take him somewhere, that, you know, the dog wanted to pay attention to everybody else and but him. And then when he would get home with the dog would just run and hide and shy away. So we have no idea what happened in the 6 months that he was gone.
Yeah.
But he is back, and we are glad.
Yeah.
So that we can find somebody who is a better fit for him. Clyde is the sweetest boy. He hugs, he loves to snuggle. Since he has been back with us, we have not noticed him tearing anything up.
Yeah.
We can give him, he may nibble a little bit, you know, as dogs do. You know, we give him a blanket and maybe he chews on the corner of it, you know. He doesn't really seem to care a whole lot for toys.
Okay.
So he will sniff them, but you know, he doesn't tear them up. He's not tearing up the trim on the door to the kennels like we've had some dogs do in the past. You know, so we're not sure what was going on in the home, but he has not shown any signs of being destructive since he's been back with us. He's a favorite around here for certain, just because he is so sweet.
Yeah.
He's a little shy at first, but it doesn't, like, you know, he doesn't cower away. He just is very cautious when he approaches you.
Yeah.
Wants to make sure that he is, you know, that he's safe and you're not going to hurt him or anything. He was a little more cautious with the camera guy, and so we kind of wonder maybe if he is, you know, maybe a little more fearful of men.
Yeah.
But then after a few seconds, he was all over.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So, you know, and, you know, we
fan.
just, you know, he's a good boy, and we can't imagine, you know, why anybody wouldn't want him.
Yeah, he's amazing. I mean, you know, like you said, he is pretty shy, but I mean, he doesn't shy away from pets.
No,
like he loves to
not
be
at
pet.
all.
When he gets comfortable with you, he'll flop over on his back so you can get his belly.
Yeah, he was doing that multiple times, just like running, and then all of a sudden just drop and roll all 4 legs in the air, and he seems to just adore the belly rubs.
Yeah.
Brandy
he's very
says
sweet.
she likes to take him up to the big yard right now where all the leaves are, and they'll form a pile of leaves, and they'll lay in the pile of leaves together.
That's adorable.
So, you know, he seems to be very smart. He doesn't seem to have gotten much of any training while he was gone.
Okay.
So, you know, we never say that a dog is housebroken, because we can't guarantee it with all the changes and everything. But when he has access to his outside kennel, he does use the outside kennel. But he's not able to, you know, we're only here 8 hours a day typically, And when it's cold like this, we shut their kennels at night when we leave. So he is not able yet to hold it overnight. He will go in his kennel when he needs to. But he's not one like sometimes, you know, a lot of the puppies that we have right now, they go right in the middle of their kennel and then they run through it and they spread it everywhere. And he's not doing that. You know, he's pretty neat and all that. The only thing really that we could say about him negatively would be that when you go to get him out of his kennel, he's very rambunctious, a little hard to initially get out of the kennel. But once he gets out, then he does good. So, you know, you get him in a home setting where they're not kenneled like that all the time, and he's going to learn that, you know, he's going to have more range and he's not going to be locked up and everything. So he will probably be a lot easier to handle over time. They've been working with him on a leash, and he is a tad bit of a puller, but that is something that can be trained out of him as well. He's, you know, he's just over a year old. He's young. He's smart. You know, for somebody who wants to spend the time in properly training, this, you know, he's going to be an incredible dog.
Does he do okay with other dogs or kids?
Other dogs, definitely yes. He is one that, so I've talked in the past about when we have a new dog come in that's over 6 months old, we do a temperament assessment. And one of the things we're doing is gauging for any signs of dog aggression. He is one of the dogs that we would like to use. He has that personality of one that we can use to test the dogs that come in, because he seems to get along with all of them.
That's great.
So, you know, we can use him as a good gauge to see how a new one coming in will be. And I don't know that we've had him in direct contact with kids, but he's just so gentle and easygoing. You know, Brandy said she would trust to have this dog around any of her kids. So we don't think that would be a problem at all.
I mean, always with any animal, it's important to teach your kids respect, you know, respect their boundaries and stuff. Because, you know, animals, they all have their boundaries. And so a lot of times, unfortunately, when kids do get hurt by an animal, it's typically because the kid wasn't respecting boundaries.
Pulling a tail, pulling ears, trying to climb on their back, you know, something.
Exactly.
So that's you know, just part of training the child as well as the dog, you know, to learn what you can and can't do with an animal.
For sure. I mean, I can see him making a great family pet. I mean, he just, it seems like he loves being around people. He loves the affection. I'm sure once he gets into a home and kind of gets used to the space, I could see him just being a, you know, just a lay on the couch next to you kind of dog.
I think so
hang out with you. So if you would like to adopt him, I highly recommend it. You can fill out an application at ozarkscatandcanine.com. Of course, you can come by the shelter and meet him, hang out with him, maybe flop in a pile of leaves with him. Thank you so much, Mary. It's been fun and it's been cold.
Yes, it has. on all of those.
Yes. That does it for another Furry Friends presented by our veterinary. Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it. Happy Hour with DJ Kyle is here because of these amazing sponsors. Our veterinary, with locations in Lynn Creek and Laurie. Serdike Yamaha, your home for year-round fun. And American Elm Company, offering exceptional decor and interior design.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of Happy Hour. Thank you so much again for tuning in. And I want to say thanks to all of the guests that we had on the show. Amy Thompson with Safe Bars, and of course visiting the Glory Hole with our LOZ dive bar tour. Always a fun time. And our furry friends, thank you again for tuning in, and we will see you next week right here on Happy Hour.